Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinion, and today I'm gonna be reviewing the movie Am I Racist?
What do you think about this issue of heteronormativity, broader structures of racism in society?
So, Am I Racist is a documentary-styled comedy created by Matt Walsh, starring Matt Walsh, and he's famous for his documentary, What is a Woman? He also has a show on the Daily Wire where he's a conservative commentator. If you don't know Matt Walsh, he's a conservative commentator who lends his ideas on politics and social issues on the Daily Wire.
Why would your physical safety not be okay? Did I miss something?
So fair warning, if you're planning on seeing the movie, I highly recommend you see it before watching this video because I'm going to be talking spoilers. Now, the movie stars Matt Walsh as he goes undercover to expose DEI and race hustlers who promote their anti-racist ideas in order to sell books or to monetize their platforms. So it's kind of like a documentary because it does feature real-life interviews, displays facts, and on-the-street discussions, which is all relevant to the subject. However, Matt Walsh goes deep undercover and he disguises himself as like the stereotypical white guilt liberal type of guy. He quote unquote goes on a journey to decenter his whiteness.
Okay, I'll admit it. My name's not Steven. Maybe you already knew that. My name is Matt Walsh.
But anyway, the whole time he's just trolling these people and exposing the insanity of these DEI race hustlers and highlighting that anti-white racism is a thing. Now, in my opinion, I didn't really like the movie. I was actually disappointed. You know, I was looking forward to this because I am a fan of Matt Walsh, and I really liked his movie, What is a Woman? But Am I Racist was kind of boring, to be honest. No, don't get me wrong. I love the concept, and I actually agree with Matt Walsh on the subject. But the entertainment value of the movie wasn't that high. Firstly, I will say that there were moments in the movie that were actually pretty funny, and seeing Matt Walsh cry in those seminars or troll these people was actually really funny. Like, Matt Walsh is surprisingly funny and surprisingly convincing when he's undercover playing this role.
Can I just say one last thing? Can I just propose a toast? Raise a glass if you're racist.
Cheers. Oh, I'm not racist. Let me
So well, all the rest of them.
But unfortunately, those moments of laughter were not enough to sustain me throughout the movie. There were scenes that dragged on and went a little too long that could have wrapped up sooner. But I do actually totally understand why that was necessary to be in the movie, because the strategy that Matt Walsh had was he has these people, these DEI people or these anti-racist people, he gives them the floor and he gives them the full opportunity to explain themselves and for them to truly share what they believe, and then he comes in and trolls and then exposes them and, you know, mocks the whole thing, and then he's doing his goofy comedic relief stuff. But it was also like not just a documentary, is also kind of like a satire as well, because his character creates the generic DEI workshop, and these workshops that he created, it's for people to come in and listen to his seminars and listen to his speeches, but then he in these speeches just took it to an extreme level and lampooned the whole thing, which is great because it actually does show and highlight the insanity of workshops and seminars like this. Now, in my opinion, the issue with conservative media like this is there's this idea that if you make a project around a conservative talking point or a certain conservative ideology, the mere subject alone is what's going to draw people in and draw an audience and keep them, and they don't really focus so much on the entertainment value. And as a result, they sometimes forget to make it enjoyable, and they just focus way too much on the politics and not the entertainment value, which can be harmful to the overall viewing experience. Because honestly, if you were merely going to be talking politics the whole time, you might as well have just gone on a podcast or made a straight up documentary. Now, to be completely fair, Matt Walsh actually did put a lot of effort into making the movie as funny as possible.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And there were actual structured shots that were legit filmed by actual real filmmakers. So I give him credit for that. The production value of the movie was actually pretty impressive and surprising at how good quality it was. And not for naught, they had a pretty catchy, entertaining song for the title sequences. But in the end, I still think it's kind of boring. Guys, I don't want you to think that I hate this movie. I wouldn't even call this a bad movie. It's not a bad movie by any stretch of the word. I would rate it like a 6 out of 10. It has its moments. It's structured very well. And there were parts that made me laugh out loud. Like the scene where he's having that interview with Robin DeAngelo and he makes her pay reparations to his black friend.
And what's your name?
I'm Matt.
Matt. Hi, Matt.
Nice to meet you.
You have to be careful.
Never be too careful.
Or when he's in his workshop seminar and he says, how do you get rid of your white guilt, self-flagellation, and he hands out whips to people expecting them to whip themselves. Or he's at that dinner with all these insane woke women and he keeps dropping dishes and trolling the whole thing because he's supposed to be like the bumbling waiter. That was all awesome and super funny.
It's a racist.
And not for naught, I really like that shot at the end of the movie where it's the sequence where he's walking down the street with his head hanging down and he's taking off his disguise. I mean, I thought from a filmmaking point of view, that was actually a pretty impressive shot. I really liked that sequence.
Are you saying I
Please
needed a
leave.
better disguise? Is that what you...
I don't know, maybe.
So overall, I'd say the movie's a 6 out of 10. Not a great movie, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. It's a conversation that needs to be had, and I'm glad that conservatives like Matt Walsh are not only speaking out, but they're actually stepping into the cultural arena with their political ideology. Well, guys, that's all I have for you. That's my thoughts on the movie Am I Racist? Again, it's not a bad movie. I'd say it's a 6 out of 10. I personally was disappointed and I did find it boring, but again, thought it was pretty solid in terms of like filmmaking point of view. It's actually really cool to see Matt Walsh on the big screen. Kind of reminded me of the Impractical Jokers movie. Like small-timey, kind of famous people in a movie experience was pretty cool. So if you're a fan of Matt Walsh or The Daily Wire, I think you would really enjoy it. I think it's kind of a cool experience to have. Again, it's a step in the right direction. It's a conversation that needs to be had, and I thought it's cool. We finally have something like that on screen. So guys, that's the movie Am I Racist? Did you like it? Did you didn't like it? I don't know. That's what the comment section's for, you know? Bad grammar aside, comment below to let me know what you thought of the movie. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll have that linked in the description below as well, so follow me there. Like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Unpopular Opinion.